Okay. All right. So it looks like this is recording. It's about 8:45 p.m. Monday, January 6th. So we're going to do a quick BTC analysis. All right, folks. So obviously, as you guys know, in this chop area right here, we decided to go long somewhere in this area. And after this Darth Maul candle, this morning I had mentioned in my video that these Darth Mauls typically, what they do is they decide to stop out both sides with a wick on one side and a wick on the other. And they typically follow the prevailing trend, okay? And the prevailing trend, you know, for the last few days has been up, right? So we were luckily in this long, and I had my stop just down here below the Darth Maul wick, as well as this wick right here, so around 74.80. Took this long all the way up. First level that we closed at was around 77.40 or something. And then the next level I closed around 78.50 or 78.60. And then finally all the way up at the tippy top up here around, I think, like 79.75 or something. So the reason I'm mentioning that is because we've basically broken all through the potential short stop areas, okay, in terms of this larger trading range. Okay, so let me turn off the volume real quick. All right, so basically, if you were shorting, right, from here down, okay, or if you were even shorting from here up, you are pretty much stopped out for the most part, unless you're holding a stop up here, okay. Unless you're a big professional, you know, I guess you just have a way deeper stop, all right? So what we can now sort of gather from all of this is that this, you know, liquidity grab right here that we had a few days ago was definitely a larger accumulation that sucked in a lot of demand, and it pushed price all the way up past this November high, okay? So we basically collected a lot of liquidity right here. And potentially, the shorts are probably being open in this area, or we might push up further. So now we have to kind of figure out and position ourselves properly as to what may be coming next, okay? So first things first, on the 4-hour time frame, we've pretty much broken through all the major resistance levels for the last, you know, month and a half of consolidation we've had. And the next big level that we're looking at is this area right here, okay? This was the last consolidation before the big drop off. We call that the initial point of breakdown. And the reason we say that is because after we hit this, you know, 10,500 high, right? We consolidated here a little bit, dropped down, and then we spent about 2 days right here, and then we dropped, okay? So in terms of consolidations and where exactly there's a lot of people waiting to break even, or either, you know, stops residing above a specific area, the next big area is right above here where short stops could reside, okay? So now finally, what I stated was when this was pushing up, I said I would want to close out the majority of my long in here. Okay, so now you understand why I said that, because I knew for the most part that in this brief period of consolidation, okay, there's going to be a lot of positions trying to defend themselves, whether they're short positions, right here, or people are essentially sure that there's a lot of resistance right here, so they're just going to short as soon as price comes into this area. So whoever said, I think a couple of minutes ago or an hour ago, they said that there was a 300 or 400 BTC wall, a sell wall at 8,000. That makes perfect sense, because whether it's the algorithms or professionals, they realize that in this area of consolidation, there's going to be a lot of resistance. So let's take advantage of that, and let's build, you know, a wall right here. And this thing, you know, could even stretch up a little bit further. But as long as this doesn't break, you know, say up here, I would say the shorts are still well positioned to defend this area, okay? So now with that being said, all right, so now we look at the outlook for the rest of the night and tomorrow, okay? So remember that one area that I was looking at was this November 29th high, right? That marker is around 78.72. So if we get this 4 hour right here to close under that, so again, we have 2 hours left, okay? If we get a 4 hour to close under this, then this right here, this wick that pokes in all the way into this area would basically be an SFP, a swing failure pattern, meaning that price failed to close above a key resistance area. What it did was it stopped out people, right? But it may just reverse back down, okay? But if you want to ensure the continuation of price to the upside, what you really need to do is wait for two things. Number one, probably wait for a 4 hour and maybe even today's daily to close above 78.72. Or number two, to be even safer, wait above this blue block right here for a 4 hour close. So that means around 82.32, you want to wait above, okay? So those are two different ways you could potentially wait to go long. Or if you want to go short, right, you could place your shorts even right now. Your stop would be just above this area. I mean, technically the safest stop would probably be up here because you never know if this thing is going to wick back into this area and head towards the EQ of this, which is, right around $8,100, right? And that's almost a $200, deeper move from where we are right now. So that's a pretty deep stop. If you're up for it and taking a short position, that would be probably your stop. Your first stop would be 8,100. The next stop would probably be about $8,200, $8,300, okay? So as you can see, I'm not really interested in shorts right now. I really don't care because we've had such a major market move up. What I can really, do right now is just simply wait. Wait and see what kind of pullback this market has. If we start seeing, maybe some bullish flag-like patterns, or we're seeing some nice retracements and then some buyback and volume coming in, that's showing, some nice higher low structures like this, and then it goes low, higher, high, higher, low like this, then I would be interested in buying back in again, and still, again, wanting to sell off and take profit in this blue block right here, okay? Because unless we get above this area, I have no idea if, we're just cattle being forced into this area to long, and professionals are just loading up on their shorts, okay? So as you can see, any movement, that I catch for longs, I'll probably close off into this area. Any movement in terms of shorts, I want to see the high being created, a swift rejection with high volume, maybe, break down some key levels. Like first thing I would love to take out would probably be this consolidation, okay? So if we start breaking down, say past here, and then we go like this, come back into this consolidation around 75.50, I would definitely love to take that short, okay? If you want to sort of, take a short based on where price is, like I said, your stops are gonna have to be much deeper. The daily closed pretty well, okay? Very close to our descending trend line. We've been waiting for this for a couple weeks now. It's pretty much, come true. We went to a high of about $8,007. My high target was about $8,064. So we came, about $60, close to it, right? The weekly is finally looking decent, okay? But remember, the week just started yesterday. So anything could happen the rest of the week. I mean, it is a Monday, so I did expect some high volume movement. By the end of the week, we'll have to, kind of understand what exactly this candle is going to shape up to become. I personally think what will happen is over the next maybe day or two, we might have some, choppy movement here and there like this, and we poke up in here and then potentially push back down, okay? That's just my thought process. Now, if we're really trying to break out of this, okay, what we're really going to do is if we lay out some fibs, we will probably retrace, in a fast fashion and not too deep. So probably the 382 right there. So that comes out to about 75.66, okay? So remember that marker, 75.66, okay? Notice right around that area, the high of this area, right, 75.50, remember that was the marker that we were looking at for the last, 12 hours or so, this area right here. So I would love a retest down here where this area was previous resistance and now it becomes support, and then for this thing to push back up, because we've then tested this area as a SR level and we've laid it out as a fib right here of the 382 marker right there. So two things, perfectly laying out to give us a good trade, right? So that's kind of what I'm hoping for if we get a perfect opportunity to long that. All right. Let's see here. On the 4-hour time frame, we've broken above the parallel channel. All right. Here's where things could also get interesting. If we turn back around and we bounce off the top of this parallel channel right here, kind of like we did when we went and broke this thing, right? We broke out, tested the top of the parallel channel and took off, right? So if we're doing that over here, okay, if we pull back down over here, notice again, the top of the parallel channel right now is around 75.85. So fairly close to that area we were thinking about longing earlier this morning anyway, right? So you can see all markers in terms of potential longs to rather rebuy longs lie somewhere between $75 to $7,600. Okay, so that's kind of the area that I'm looking for. Any questions? Any questions so far? Nothing. Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty much it then. I think I've laid out a good game plan for the rest of tonight for whoever is staying up. Tomorrow as well. When I wake up, I'll probably take a look at the markets and I'll let you guys know exactly what I'm thinking. But for the most part, I am fully closed out of my position. As you can see, we took some really nice profit along the way at perfect key resistance levels. So I'm very happy with this trade. It went very successfully for me. Though, one could make the argument that, well, why didn't you buy down here and sell up here? It's a ridiculous argument. And, no need to deal with those people. We got into a good position right here, sold, took some profit right here, and we're not going to give it back to the market, just so easily as most people do. Okay. So we'll wait, be patient, and we'll see what the next move is for Bitcoin. Okay. So for now, I'll probably just sit back and see what the market is going to show us by tomorrow. All right. Take care, and y'all have a good night. All right. And Olderman, just rewatch my analysis. Okay. I'm not looking to short. I'm not trying to do anything right now. Just waiting to see, what the market is going to show us. But we'll see tomorrow, if short opportunities present themselves. Okay. That is it. All right. Thanks, everyone.